Hi friends, it's me Reshna, your computer science teacher. In the previous section, we have discussed about the translator programs which is used to translate the user-friendly languages like high-level language and assembly language into the computer's language, that is the machine-level language. So, the translators can be either compiler or interpreter. So, in this section, we are discussing more in detail about the interpreters and compilers.
It follows a line-by-line translation and execution of the instructions. Okay. So, it follows a line-by-line translation and execution of the instructions. If we are giving some instructions in high-level language, or we are giving a program in high-level language to the computer, then the computer will not understand it. Okay, so the computer will translate this high level language program into machine level language program, which can be understood by the computer. So first it should be translated it into the computer's language, that is the machine level language. Then the computer will execute it. Okay, or the computer will work on this machine level program. Okay, or the instructions. So here in the case of interpreter, it follows a line by line translation and execution of the instructions. For example, if a program consists of 5 instructions, okay, 5 lines of instructions are there. For example, let it be a program for adding 2 numbers. So whenever we enter the first instruction in high level language, okay, we are using high level language to give the instruction, and we are entering the first instruction, the first line instruction to the computer. We have entered it. Then the interpreter will translate this first line into the machine level language program. Okay, machine level language instruction will convert the first high level instruction into machine level language instruction. Then the computer will execute this instruction, or the computer will work on this instruction. Okay, then we are entering the second line. Okay, whenever we enter the second line, the interpreter again convert this line that we are giving in high level language into the machine level language code. Okay, so after the completion of the translation, then the computer will execute the second line instruction, and whenever we enter the third line in high level language, again the interpreter will translate it into machine level language instruction, which is understandable by the computer. Then the computer will execute this instruction and we will get the output. Okay, so that the computer will add these 2 numbers and it will provide the output or the result. Okay, if there is any error in the program, the translation and execution stops and the error is reported for debugging. Okay, what do you mean by debugging? Do you know what is debugging? Debugging is the process of removing all errors from a computer program. So, once if the computer find an error in the program, okay, then the translation and execution stops there, and the line of instructions which have the error will be reported for debugging or for removing the errors. Okay. For example, let's consider the program for adding these two numbers again. For example, we enter the first line of instruction. Okay, the first line of instruction is given in high level language. Okay, then interpreter will convert it into the machine level language. Okay, machine level language code. Okay, then we are entering the second line of instruction to the computer. Okay, we are giving it in high level language. Then the computer finds that there is an error in the instruction that we are given. Okay, so the computer finds an error in the instruction. Okay, so this second line has some error. Okay, it has some error. Okay, if so, the translation will be stopped. Okay, the translation by the interpreter will be stopped if there is an error. Then it will be requested for debugging. Okay, then the system will requested for debugging or correct the instruction. When we are entering the second line, if there is an error, then the computer will show some message to check the instruction that we have given. Okay, then we will understand if we could able to find the error, and we will correct it. Okay, then we will correct it. Then once this error is corrected, again the interpreter will convert this second line into machine level language instruction. Then it will continue the working. If we enter the third line in high level language, then the interpreter will convert it into machine level language. Again, it will continue with the fourth and fifth instructions. Okay, and it will give you the result. So once an error is found, the translation and execution of that instruction will be stopped there. So once an error is found, the interpreter will stop the translation and execution. Then we will be requested for correcting the error. The computer will ask us to correct the error. Then if we correct the instruction, okay, if we correct the instruction, then the interpreter again translate this instruction into machine level language code. Again it will be executed, and it will continue the execution until it find another error, or the program is completed. Okay. So the conversion and execution resumes only after the error is rectified. Okay, whenever we rectify or whenever we make it correct, then the conversion or the translation and execution will be resumed or continued. Okay. So this is a slow process and consumes high memory as the interpreter is also required to execute the correct code along with the reporting the errors, but it is very useful for debugging and thus suitable for new programmer. Okay. That is, it is a slow process because if it finds any error in the program, then the translation and the execution will be stopped and it will ask for the correction of the instruction or the correction of the error in the instruction. Then if we correct the instruction, then it will continue with the translation and execution of the further instructions. So whenever it finds an error, then it will wait until we correct the program or we correct the instruction. So it will take some time and memory to do so. Okay.
In the next session, we are discussing about the compiler. So today, let's wind up here. Thank you. Bye bye.